Hello people, how are you doing? Today we are going to teach you a very wonderful lesson that is based on these things that are similes. We call them similes. We are going to teach you different similes or different examples of some similes in English language. We say similes. Don't confuse it with smile. No, just there is a big difference between a simile and the word smile, which is the verb to smile. What is a simile, first of all? First of all, I'm going to explain the meaning of simile in English language. A simile is a figure of speech that compares two things by using the linking words like or as. Very fantastic. A simile ni akarango k'ikeshamvugo gahuza ibintu bibiri gakoresheje icyo twita like conjunction, icyungo like or as. That is a simile in English language. When you say she is as beautiful as a picture, that is a simile. When you say something is beautiful as a picture, uvuga ko ikintu ari cyiza nk'ifoto. For example, Mary is as beautiful as a picture. Utwo tuntu tubiri as tugiye connecting the two things, picture and beautiful. Those two words are called similes. That is what we call a simile, which is a figure of speech that compares two things together by using the conjunctions or linking words like and as. Dukoresha like or as when we are using the simile. Then we are going to see the meaning of as bold as a coot. As bold as a coot. We are going to see the meaning of as slow as a snail. What does it mean when you say someone is as slow as a snail? What is the meaning of that? We are going to see that now. We are going to see as big as a house. For example, Janet is as big as a house. We are going to see as cold as ice. As cold as ice. And we are going to see as sharp as a knife or as a razor. That's what you're going to be seeing now. Let's get started. But before getting started, before starting our lesson, first of all, I would like to show you the word of today, which is very complicated for the most English speakers, especially beginners. They used to mispronounce the other word, which is here. Usually. Usually, before teaching you the lesson, we are going to see the word of today. Usually. Don't say usually. I usually go there. No, we don't say usually. We say usually. Usually. For example, you can say, she usually visits her grandmother. He usually visits her grandmother. Usually. Buri gihe asura nyirakuru. She usually visits her grandmother. Then we don't say usually. Usually, no. We say usually. Even if there are some people who used to pronounce it as usually. Usually, no. We say usually. Usually. Very fantastic. This is the word that you should go home with. You should take this word and memorize it, how to pronounce it. You should pronounce it as it is pronounced in English language. Nice. Then we are going to see these similes. As bold as a coot. When someone is as bold as a coot, that time, these people are totally bold. When someone are as bold as a coot, they are totally bald, which means that they don't have any hair. If you are as bald as a coat, It means that you don't have any hair on your head. Nta musatsi uba ufite na gato. For example, you can say, my grandfather is as bald as a coat. Ni ukuvuga ngo sogokuru ni uruhara gusa, araharanguye nta musatsi n'umwe afite, which means as bald as a coat. For example, I can say, my friend Joseph is as bald as a coat. Inshuti yanjye Joseph nta musatsi agira. He is as bald as a coat. Very nice. When someone is as bald as a coat, he or they don't have any hair on their head. Ku mutwe nta kintu kiba kiriho, nta musatsi na muke uba uhari. Icyo gihe you are as bald as a coat. Nice. Then the second is this one, as slow as a snail. When someone is as slow as a snail, this means that he is extremely very slow. Uba uri umuntu ugenda gake cyane. For example, my daughter is as slow as a snail when she is washing her school uniforms. My daughter is as slow as a snail when she is washing her school uniforms. Bivuga ngo umwana wanjye w'umukobwa aba agenda gake, afura imyenda gake cyane ye y'ishuri. Uniforme ye y'ishuri ayimaraho amasaha n'amasaha. She is as slow as a snail. You can also say, my teammates are as slow as snails when we are at job. Iyo turi ku kazi, abo dukorana n'abanebwe cyane, bagenda gake cyane. They are as slow as snails. Then here, to be as slow as a snail means to work very slowly. Ni ugukora gake cyane, or extremely slow, quite slow. When you are quite slow, or when you are doing something as slow as a snail, this means that you are doing it in a very bad way, very slowly. Uburi kubikora nabi, gakeya cyane. For example, I can say, when I was sitting on that exam, I was doing it as slow as a snail. Nicaye kuri kiriya kizamini nagikoraga gake gashoboka. I was doing it as slow as a snail. Ariko ubwo byari byakunaniye, for example, cyangwa se wabona gufite igihe kinini. Then to do something as slow as a snail is to do something very slowly. Gukora ikintu gake cyane is to do something as slow as a snail. Very fantastic. Then we are going to see the next simile, which is here, as big as a house. As big as a house. We don't say house, no. We say house. This is S. We don't change it into Z. No, we say house. Houses. But one house. I have a house somewhere. Don't say I have a house. Za. No. We say S. House. Next. As big as a house. When something or someone is as big as a house, this means that it is very big, or she is very big, or he is very big. Iyo umuntu ari cyangwa ikintu kiri big as a house, icyo kintu aba ari kinini cyane, cyangwa se uwo muntu aba ari munini cyane. As big as a house. For example, here you can say, this woman is as big as a house, which means that she's very big. She's extremely big. As big as a house. Very fantastic. Good. For example, you can say, my daughter is as big as a house. She is the biggest in her class. She is the biggest in her class. This woman is, as big, as a house. This woman is as big, This woman is as big as a house. Very nice. Which means that this woman is very big. Fantastic. Then as cold as ice. Ice nurubura. Balaf. Huh? Ice. Balaf. Then when something or when someone is as cold as ice, this means that it is very cold or she is very cold. For example, your fingers are as cold as ice. Don't touch on me, please. Your fingers are as cold as ice. Winhoraho. Your fingers intoki zawe. Your fingers are as cold as ice. Intoki zawe zirakonje nka barafu. To be as cold as ice is to be very cold. For example, you can say, yesterday I drank the water which was as cold as ice. Yesterday I drank the water. Iyo mvuze the water, ayo mazi tuba tuyaziranyeho. I drank the water. But when I remove that there, I can't put a. Ntabwo navuga ngo I drank a water. Because that is a very big mistake. When you say a water, because water is not countable noun. It is always uncountable noun. That's why we don't say a water. But it is possible to say the water. Because that water is known. Ayoma zarazwe. Between me and you, between the speaker and the hearer, they know that what? That water. That's why I'm going to say, I drank the water. The water was as cold as ice. Ayo mazi yarakonje nka barafu. Then something that is as cold as ice, it is very cold, extremely cold. Okay? As cold as ice. For example, another example, you can say, the waiter, you can send the waiter somewhere to bring you something. Then you tell him, go and bring beer, but don't bring beer that is as cold as ice. But don't bring the other one that is as cold as ice. Never bring it, okay? You bring the water, bring beer that is cold. Bring beer that is cold. But don't bring that one that is as cold as ice. Ariko ntuzanire icupa ry'inzoga rikonje cyane cyangwa inzoga ikonje cyane. Nice. As cold as ice. You should use these kind of expressions. They will help you speak English very well as a native speaker. Then try to use all of these expressions that I'm teaching you. I am now teaching you these kinds of expressions to better speak English like native speakers. Yeah, try your best to be like native speakers because they like or they used to speak or to use these kinds of expressions when they are speaking. Then, as bold as a coat. This coat, the meaning of coat. Coat means an aquatic bird. This is an aquatic bird. Iyi ni inyoni iba mu mazi, which is called coat. Then when you say someone is as bold as a coat, uvuga ko uwo muntu afite uruhara nk'iki nk'urw'iyo nyoni. Maybe iyo nyoni ifite uruhara cyangwa se umusatsi wayo, I don't know. Ariko icyo bishatse kuvuga hano nuko umuntu nta musatsi numwe afite ku mutwe. Then here, as cold as ice, twabonye ko ari ikintu gikonje cyangwa se umuntu ukonje cyane. As cold as ice. You may enter the place. Don't say enter. We say to enter. You may enter the place and you say, oh, this place is as cold as ice. Yes. Ahantu harakonje nka barafu. This place is as cold as ice. Fantastic. Then we are going to see now the meaning of as cold as ice. Very cold. Example. This water is cold. I can't drink it. It is as cold as ice. Bring another cup or another glass of water. I can't drink this one. It is as cold as ice. Aya mazi arakonje rwose ni nk'urubura. Ntabwo nayanywa. Bring another glass of water. Nice. Then as sharp as a knife or razor. Do you know the meaning of razor? Urwembe. Knife, ichuma. We know that. Then as sharp as a knife. When something or someone is as sharp as a knife, this time, the meaning is that that person is very sharp or that thing is very sharp. For example, you can say, your words are as sharp as a knife. Amagambo yawe arachaye. Something that is sharp ni kintu gityaye. Your words are as sharp as a knife. Amagambo yawe atyaye nk'icyuma cyangwa se nk'urwembe. As sharp as a knife. But someone who is as sharp as a knife, umuntu noneho uri sharp nk'icyuma, on the other hand, he is very intelligent, or they are very intelligent. People who are as sharp as a knife, they are very intelligent. For example, you can say, my grandchild is as sharp as a knife. He always gets good marks in his exams. Buri gihe abona amanota meza mu bizamini. He is as sharp as a knife. You can say, don't fool me please. I am as sharp as a knife. Yumuntu umubwiye uti don't fool me. Wingira umusazi. Wimfata nk'ikigoryi. I am as sharp as a knife. Bivuga ngo ngenda tyaye mfite ubwenge wimfata nk'umuntu w'injiji. I am as sharp as a knife. Very fantastic. Then here you can say, his words are as sharp as a knife. Amagambo ye aratyaye nk'icyuma cyangwa se, his words are as sharp as a razor. Just you can say as sharp as a knife or as sharp as a razor. Razor ni urwembe. Rero yo umuntu afite amagambo atyaye nk'icyuma cyangwa nk'urwembe aba afite amagambo nyine akakaye, as sharp as a razor. Someone who is talkative may have the words which are as sharp as a knife or as sharp as a razor. Very fantastic. Good. Does it make sense? Have you understood? Have you understood this, please? Very fantastic. Good. Then now we are going to show you the book that we are selling for fair price. Ku giciro cyiza. Very reasonable price. Reasonable price ni igiciro nyine cyiza cyane. Iki gitabo rero kiri ku giciro cyiza. You are going to get more things, many things from this book. You are going to benefit more. You are going to get all tenses, different vocabulary. You are going to get examples, exercises that will help you uplift your English language. You are going to benefit more. You are going to increase, to develop your level in English language as soon as you buy the book. When you buy it, now we have the what we call, we have reduced the price to the highest level. Twakigabanyije cyane ku giciro ku rwego rwo hejuru. Twagabanyije iki gitabo twagikubise hasi. Igiciro kiri hasi. Ku rwego rushimishije rwose. Then you come and buy the book. After buying the book, we are going to give you another book, which is red book, which is full of grammatical rules. Hari ikindi dufite noneho cy'umutuku, noneho nacyo twakikubise hasi kugira ngo buri munyarwanda wese, umuturarwanda wese abashe gutunga this overview of English tenses. The book is called An Overview of English Tenses. We know tenses are the backbone of English. Tenses ni iki? Ni uruti rw'umugongo rw'Icyongereza. Then as soon as you buy the book, you are going to read more things there. You are going to accumulate English language, to acquire English language that is here inside. Very fantastic. Now, if you have already understood the lesson, if you have got the lesson very well, we are going to give you the saying of today. If you have grabbed all things that we taught you now, we are going to give you the saying of today. Tujye kuguha imvugo y'umunsi. In English, we say, okay, don't wait for things to get better, easier, and simpler in life. Because life will always be complicated. Don't wait for things to get better, easier, or simpler in life. Never wait. Because life will always be complicated. Ntugategereze ko ibintu bigenda biba byiza cyangwa se byoroha mu buzima. Kuko ubuzima iteka buzakomeza gukomera. Nta gihe ubuzima bworoha buriya. Then never wait. Teacher Jasper ubwo ari kwigisha isomo rikomeye, reka nzige noneho ageze ahantu horoshye. Never. Don't wait for things to get better, simpler, or easier in life. Because life will always be complicated. You should work. You should start working now. To work. Don't say to work. Homework. No. Homework. That's English. To work. You should start working now. Never wait for the future. Good. Begin now and think big. I am Teacher Jasper, and buy the book, please, for fair price. Bye-bye.